The year was 1947.
History is made by this aircraft.
Dropped from a B-29 over the Mojave Desert, Charles Yeager lit the rocket that pushed his experimental X-1 aircraft soaring to 45,000 feet and passed Mach 1.
For the first time, except in dive, a man has flown an airplane faster than the speed of sound.
She's getting real active.
The breakthrough captured in the movie The Right Stuff. Only 24 years old, America's new hero was as American as they come. Born in West Virginia, he was a mechanic in the Army Air Corps when he was selected for pilot training. Flying P-51 Mustangs in World War II, he was shot down over France and evaded capture. Then became an ace in a single day after downing 5 German fighters. 3 years later, he was preparing to break the sound barrier. No one knew if a human could even survive such speeds. And the Air Force didn't know that Yeager was in great pain, having just broken 2 ribs falling off a horse. He used a modified broom handle to close his own hatch.
You don't look at it as being dangerous. It's something that you're sort of dedicated to, and you just sort of concede the fact that that's your job and that's what you're going to do. And you don't really think about the outcome. And of course, a lot of pilots got killed.
Chuck Yeager was a pilot's pilot, testing more planes, training pilots and astronauts, and flying missions over Vietnam.
He was supremely self-confident. He was genial, but he had a razor-sharp mind on anything involving high-speed flight.
In 1975, he retired as a brigadier general. But at the age of 74, Chuck Yeager was back in a fighter jet to mark the 50th anniversary and break the sound barrier once again.
I just tell people I'm no hero. I'm just a kid that, you know, it's the right place, the right time.
In 1983, Yeager talked to Today.
And I'm just lucky to come through it in one piece, and that's the way you look at it.
Today, Yeager's Bell X-1 aircraft hangs at the Smithsonian for all to see.
I think about Chuck as the essential American. He was a daredevil. He knew what he had to do in the war. Then when we started to think about space and taking it to the next level, he was right there.
Few names are as iconic as Chuck Yeager's, representing courage and service. One of America's very favorite sons. He was that. Overnight, former NASA astronaut Scott Kelly calling Yeager a true legend with the right stuff. And Yeager's wife, Victoria Yeager, writing an incredible life well lived. America's greatest pilot and a legacy of strength, adventure, and patriotism will be remembered forever. Guys, back to you.
Wow, and also such humility he had. And Tom, when you talk about breaking the sound barrier, that was remarkable, but that was also critical when it came to the military.
Yeah, it was a Cold War top secret mission. Yeager gave away very few details of the flight at the time. You know, the country was trying to engineer better, faster planes, and Yeager's flight really helped lead to superior American military aircraft designs for years to come.
I'm so glad we're taking a moment to just honor and remember a real pioneering American who took a lot of risks for his country, and they paid off handsomely. Tom, thank you.